Hi, this is Jack speaking. I'm here to talk about self-expression. Now, self-expression is not the exuberance of expression when you become excited or when you become angry and you lash it out in a boxing ring. It is not when you root for your team of sport and you become excited and you dance around. Self-expression is not dancing, so it's able to become a self-expression. So what is self-expression then? Self-expression is the movement and direction of you as yourself in every moment. And self-expression as who you are only really steps forth as an experience of you when you are in oneness and equality. For instance, let's take the example that you are here at this very moment in your world in process. Now, if you in any time of your process experience frustration, anger, conflict, the short-temperedness, etc., it's like an inner friction that occurs. Know in that moment that you are not directing you effectively in your world, and you're not moving yourself effectively in your world, and thus you're not expressing yourself effectively in your world. And thus the frustration, the irritation, the short-temperedness, the friction, the conflict will compound until you actually start standing up and directing and moving yourself, which is self-expression. For instance, there'd be beings in your world, and within yourself you experience like uncomfortableness in their presence. So then the first thing that is required is to, with self-honesty, look in the moment and see what is the reason for this uncomfortableness experience within yourself. Where are you required to go to communicate, or where are you required to go to make a specific statement? For instance, I'm not allowing you in my world any longer because this is who I am, and I will not accept and allow you as your current status within my world. This is where I'm going. If you're not walking with me, then you're gone. Such statements. As you start moving and directing you within your world. Self-expression, because self-expression only exists within and as self-honesty. Remember the equation, self-honesty equals self-trust equals self-expression. In other words, no matter where you are with who you are, what you do within your world, you're in every moment self-honest, and you'll say what is necessary to be said, and you will do what is necessary to be done, both within and as self-honesty, to specifically direct your world and thus move yourself to expand in your world. Have you ever experienced beings in your world suffocating you? Like, you become claustrophobic, it just gets too much, but you like keep it there inside you. That is the point of that claustrophobic experience of when you're not honoring yourself in self-honesty in every moment. And where you're allowing that person to control you and have power over you and enslave you, instead of you directing you in self-honesty in that moment and telling them straight to tell them what you're experiencing when you're in their presence. You experience claustrophobia, and you find that these and this points they're allowing within themselves that's projecting into their world and is influencing the people around them, of course, who allow themselves to. So you're allowing yourself in that moment to experience the claustrophobia in the first place. So why are you allowing that? Stop the claustrophobic experience. Stop it. Don't allow it. And if that person is required to get out of your world, then it's necessary to be done. So there will be tough decisions to be made with those that are deemed to be close friends or even friends. Are there for a moment, and then they're required to go because they're required to go into their processes and you continue on yours. So therefore, always remember, self-honesty in every moment equals self-trust equals self-expression. Self-expression is a self-honesty that you act in every moment in your world, directing and moving you within your world effectively to make sure that you don't experience frustration, irritation, short-temperedness, friction, and conflict. Any of those come up, no, you're not expressing yourself in moments of self-honesty when you see what is required to be done but you don't do it. In moments when you see what is necessary to be done, do it. Speak it. So if you don't, you suppress, and then that's where those emotional turmoils come in, and that's not a, then you go into a time loop, and that's not preferable. So human beings in every moment, self-honesty, and when you really see what is necessary to be done and spoken, do it in that moment. Push through it and do it. Then you'll experience like a stable, you experience yourself being stable, silent here. That is self-expression. When you act and speak as one with your self-honesty in every moment, an expression of you, moving and directing your world accordingly, as the image and likeness of who you are, self-honesty. Thank you very much. This is Jack.